Thank you for tuning in again to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. My name is Yolanda Gibbons, and I am your host for this evening. And we thank you for tuning in again. We are here to talk about, as always, we've been here for about 8 weeks now, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and talking about various health issues within our community. We're educating our viewers. We are providing resources. We're talking about how to live healthier lives. The Doty Report is hosted by Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization. The organization has a long history of just being out in the community and trying to provide the community with information, health awareness, resources, testing. The organization has had a primary focus on veterans and seniors. However, the mission really is to educate the entire community. So thank you again for tuning in. And we have a guest. I'm very excited about our guest this evening, and I'm going to do a little introduction, and then we're going to get to some questions, and he's going to provide some answers, and feel free, viewers, to call in with your questions as we begin our discussion today. So, thank you for being here.
Definitely excited
Really
to be
appreciate it. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was well deserved.
Well deserved. I like that. So, viewers, this is Dr. Frank Vaught. He is the founder and owner of Health on Earth Wellness Center. He is a chiropractic physician, a community leader for personal health and wellness, and he is an inspirational speaker. After college, he also served 8 years in the U.S. Army. So let me say thank you for your service.
Definitely welcome.
So he is a veteran. He has a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, a Bachelor's in Human Anatomy, and a Doctorate of Chiropractic. And we are very, very, very excited to have him here. He is also a husband.
Yes.
And a father. And an author.
Yes.
Arthur. Great. So, thanks for being here. We're going to get right into some questions so that you can educate our viewers on some of the things that we know a lot of us are dealing with every day and just trying to be healthy. And my first question to you, let me share a little bit about yourself, in your own words, and then we'll go into the questions.
Well, definitely excited to be here, especially working with the Georgia Doty Foundation. I love what they're doing as far as education in the community. One of the biggest things that I do, of course, I came here to Chicago. I'm originally from Detroit. And one of the things that we do with my company, which is Health on Earth Wellness Centers, is we want to educate people on how to have a body that supports itself by itself, without surgery and drugs, if possible.
Right.
And those are the biggest things, using physical rehabilitation, nutrition, and chiropractic. But the biggest thing is educating to prevent, certain diseases or instances or health crises, so that people can thrive.
Right. Very, very, very important. And we're going to talk about some of the, get educated on some of these aches and pains that we feel in our body from time to time. So my first question is arthritis. I hear people say, oh, I got arthritis, in my shoulder. What is that?
Well, Arthur, they call it Arthur.
They call it Arthur, you're right.
Well, the arthritis is actually, a lot of people believe that arthritis is a terrible, nasty thing, when it's actually not. It's the natural aging process of the body.
Okay.
Arth being joint, itis being inflammation, and it comes, it's inflammation in the joint due to structural stress, barometric pressure changes, or just misalignment causing repetitive stress motion, or like we say, biomechanics, causing the body to break down. So what will happen is it'll cause deterioration of the ligaments and the tendons, and cause little prickly bone that's really uncomfortable, and that's where you feel a lot of that breakdown. There's a lot of the pain.
Okay. Okay. Is it something that just my grandmother
Oh no,
Yeah,
and a
boy,
lot of
see.
people, and these are really good questions. It's like, well, how early can I develop arthritis? Arthritis can come as early as teenage years, early teenage years, because it comes from repetitive stress motion and proper misalignment. And if you have those things going on in your body, it's the perfect storm of disaster for degeneration or the body breaking down.
Okay.
So when you do have that misalignment anywhere, you do have that structural stress or different stresses. Stresses can come in physical, chemical, and even mental.
Okay.
So these are the areas that can break the body down. So all of those things play a tremendous part.
Okay.
But they're all things we can prevent.
I think we're going to get to some of that prevention.
Yeah,
We're going to get to some of that
yes,
prevention.
yes.
So what about fibromyalgia? What is that? I hear people talk about it's the worst of the worst pain. So what exactly is that?
You know, we get phenomenal results with fibromyalgia, and it's due to the fact that, well, what a lot of conventional methods of treating it is medications or shots or injections or things to inject into the body. We deal from looking at what's going on the inside first. So fibromyalgia is, you break the word down, fibro is fibroids, my, which is muscle,
Okay.
and pain, algia is pain. So fibroids in the muscles causing pain. So fibroids develop usually from a hypersensitivity to something.
Okay.
All of us have, are volatile to the environment.
Okay.
And we have these hypersensitivities to the environment, but our bodies make adjustments. So when our bodies are making these adjustments to the environment, oftentimes what they'll do is the presence of dis-ease of the body, in which constant dis-ease turns into what? Disease.
Right.
And so once you have those fibroids that develop from that stress in there, they become extremely painful. And they tend to develop in different areas of the body, back of the neck, mid-back, lower back. And those are the primary areas that are targeted from fibromyalgia. And the biggest thing that I've known is oftentimes it's something environmental or something that the person is allergic to, but nobody
really?
looks to see the underlying cause. Everybody wants to treat the symptom
Right.
instead of finding the underlying cause.
Allergic to.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
So you are tuning in to the Doty Report. Please feel free, viewers, to call in. I'm sure you have questions for our guest. So call in because he is here to answer your questions about the concerns, about arthritis, about some aches and pains that we feel in our muscles and joints. So make sure you take the opportunity to call in and get your questions answered. So my sister always says, she said, the weather's about to change because, she started to feel this
yes.
ache and this pain, So what is it about the season changing that brings pain to joints and into the body?
Well, that's a really good question because I do get that a lot. It's similar to like a balloon. If you were to take a balloon, fill it up until its capacity, and for a party, helium, then you take it outside to a cold Chicago day, what happens to the balloon? It begins to shrink.
Right.
Your joints are the same capsules. All right. So with your joint being a capsule, what it's going to do is it's going to shrink. And then the muscles also work to hold in heat. They tighten.
Okay.
So as they tighten to hold in heat, it causes the compression, it causes the pain and the discomfort, and it's actually a natural response to the body. It's a natural response. The body needs to transform and get ready for a different season.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Thought about it like that.
Absolutely. It's just that we look at it as, it doesn't feel good.
Right.
I need to chemically subdue some of this not feeling good.
Right.
Instead of letting your body do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. I think we all forget that our bodies has a natural way of healing itself,
Yes.
cleansing itself,
Yes.
if we do the proper things. But
proper things.
I never thought about that. It's like
Yeah.
your body, I'm getting ready for the
I'm
winter.
letting you know this is a protection mechanism.
So we do have a caller calling in. Caller, are you there?
I am.
You have a question?
How are you? I do. I've been hearing a lot about fibromyalgia being caused by nerve damage. Can you speak about that a little bit?
Well, absolutely. If there is, like I said, with the constant irritation to the nerves, they can cause or send signals that cause the muscles to react, which is a repetitive stress motion, and they can constantly irritate it because your body is controlled by your nervous system, right? So anything that impacts or affects the nervous system is going to ultimately affect the body. And when those nerves are irritated in those regions from the whatever the interference is, it will cause the fibromyalgia. That's why what we do with a chiropractic, by removing interference from the nervous system, the fibromyalgia goes away so fast, and that's how we get phenomenal results with it. Even if it's different things, whether it be chemical, whether it be physical or mental, because when you reduce stress from the area of the nerves, it's almost like resetting it and restarting it and allowing it to get another chance to work properly.
Okay. Good piece of information. So what can we do to help? What helps with these conditions?
There's a lot of things that help with them, and it could be going back to the basics. Something that I see in a lot of people, and it's this clear stuff. It falls out the sky sometimes, and you wash up in it, and it's in the oceans. It's called water, and if we drink it,
That's
you know,
my
it
problem.
will help us.
Oh my
So we should be
talking to
drinking. We should be drinking about half of our body
Yeah.
weight in ounces of water. So what does that look like? I weigh about 240, so I should be drinking 120 ounces of water daily to be properly hydrated, to push out waste, to hydrate discs, to put fluidity in my ligaments, and to reduce stress on your body systems overall. Because we take in so many toxins on a daily
Yeah.
basis. Our body has to do something with it.
Do we have another caller?
Yes, and good evening.
Good evening.
Good
A
evening.
quick comment about the water. Man,
Yes.
I drink enough water. I think sometimes I am a fish, and it doesn't do no good. It doesn't do none. I have a two-part question to ask you. Number one, is cortisone or Cialis good for the shots in the joints?
Is cortisone what now, ma'am?
Cortisone. It's a man. I'm a man.
Okay, sir.
Cortisone or Cialis, the shots,
Uh-huh.
the cocktails.
Yes.
Are they any good for the joints?
Well, cortisone, what they do is in some people, because there's a percentage of people that they don't help. Like some of my practice members, if they're in severe pain and they need to get a cortisol shot to halt the pain for a while. The reason why I don't like cortisone shots as much is because corticosteroids have been known to accelerate the degenerative process. So if you can try to stay away from them, taking multiple ones, but if you're in of course, an emergency state, there's nothing else that you could do. And if that's the recommendation of your physician, but if there are other methods that you could go by first, I would say utilize it as a last resort.
Okay, listen, now this is part two. I played ball all my life.
Okay?
All my life. Matter of fact,
Absolutely.
my ortho asked me if I had a chance to do it all over again, would I do it? Yes.
Absolutely.
I miss it. I cry that I cannot do it anymore. Listen, playing ball, you get hurt,
Okay?
go in, you get a shot of cortisone, send you back out.
Right.
Now, that's over the years, and we still taking cortisone. I've had knee replacements, rotocup tears,
Mm-hmm.
C4 damages, all of it. The problem is the body is not meant to run on the joints. It's not meant to run on the knees. It's not meant your shoulder to hit objects. It's not meant for your hands to catch balls. Everywhere that you have did sports at, it hurts. Take even a runner. They talking about the gym shoes supposed to cushion the knees. No, it don't. So again, I think it got to a point. The body's not meant to do anything except live. But again, I love sports. I would do it all over again.
And you know,
listen, I wait to die, and when I die, you make sure when you get up there, you're going to see one hell of a good game. I was very good at it. Let me get out there air so I could, oh, you want to ask me a question? Or
oh no, I was going to tell you something. And I can appreciate your passion and your love for physical activity. I definitely feel your energy. And you know what? If you would have if you would not have played sports and just watched from the sideline, and didn't, you would still have the same aches and pains, but you wouldn't have the experiences that changed your life. So enjoy those pains that you have, because they're experiences that are still teaching you today. But one of the biggest things about these injuries that we have from playing sports or repetitive motion injuries, our bodies, the reason why oftentimes they wear down sooner than not is due to the fact of us not doing the things or not knowing to do the things to recover as fast. Your body is way more resilient than what you think it is. It's just that sometimes we neglect it or take it for granted by training it and taking it through so many different phases. You'd be surprised what you could train your body to do, but also too, you'd be surprised how resilient it is once you put it in a proper environment to heal. And it's just things we didn't know. So it's an unconsciousness of how to have a certain state of health due to the fact of the people that were educating us at the time, our trainers or our teachers. They didn't know to tell us to do to even to recover properly as children, as adults, as adolescents, and even as aging adults.
Right. Thank you, caller, for
Definitely.
that was great. Again, this is the Doty report, and we are here. Callers, continue to call in with your questions and get some good answers. Another question: what is a great alternative to anti-inflammatory support?
Oh wow! So that's really good. I have 4 supplements that I use that I believe that can replace
Oh,
anti-inflammatories if taken properly.
okay.
One that's really powerful is garlic.
Okay.
It's a phenomenal anti-inflammatory. Another one is cayenne pepper. Another one is cinnamon. And my favorite, I would say, would be turmeric.
Okay.
And make sure that you, when you take turmeric, that you utilize it with black pepper. Now, I said garlic, cinnamon, turmeric, and
Cayenne pepper.
cayenne pepper. I don't like to leave out ginger because it also is phenomenal as well. But you have to have a proper protocol when introducing these things in your system. You don't want to just put things in your system because they could be contraindicatory to if you are taking any type of medications, and then you want to introduce the proper amounts so they'll work the best for you.
And so when you say use them, are you saying in your food or just
Oh yes, you can use them in your
independently
food.
of?
Well, how I usually use them, I put them in smoothies.
Okay.
Some of them I just take directly, and some of them I cook in my foods. The thing about them is they're natural supplements. Oftentimes, when taking too much of them, sometimes your body will dispose of it. But herbs are like medication. You got to be careful with herbs when you take too many of them because they can also have side effects. So you want to take proper amounts. The
Oh.
proper amounts.
Hey, you popular. We got another caller. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I have a question. Like for people who might throw out their back regularly or throw out their neck regularly, what do you think is the better relief? Is it physical therapy? Is it going to a chiropractic? Is it both? What is your estimation?
Well, I'm a chiropractor, and I would think it would be going to a chiropractor. But let me explain why. Your nervous system is your brain and your spine, and the nerves literally control the muscles. So if I go in and I correct the muscles, and the root cause of the problem is the nerve, then the muscles can't be corrected. So you could get it massaged, injected, spit on, washed down, rubbed on, cut on. If you don't remove the interference, you'll always have the neck problem. And then massage therapy does a phenomenal job at addressing the muscle issues and range of motion and restoration and even recovery after surgery. But when it comes to structural misalignment, whenever there's a problem that's reoccurring, you have to know that there's a hidden cause, and it's the root source. And the root source is always going to be structure. It's always going to be structure, because the muscles are going to do what they're going to do. It is the structural component that's going to be posing the biggest problem. If you have a wall on a foundation of a house that keeps crumbling, it's not the bricks, it's the foundation. So you have to go to the foundation in order to really, really resolve the problem.
That's funny. I was going to ask that same question he asked. Do we have another caller?
Okay.
That's a good question, by the way.
Yeah, yes. Caller, are you there?
Yes. Where's your office located?
Oh, my office is located on, okay.
That's it. For more information about Health on Earth Wellness centers, you can actually call the Georgia Doty Community Outreach Organization at 312-282-1370, 1375. Yeah, we having a little fun. You are popular. That's all I can say. You are so popular.
Yeah.
But for more information on if you want us to connect you with Health on Earth Wellness Centers, just give Georgia Doty a call, again, at 312-282-1375, and we will provide you with that information. Caller, thanks so much for that. It's getting close to wrapping up soon. So we got a few more questions. For you. So what can we do nutritionally? And what can we even teach our children, younger, 'cause I hear you talking a lot about, training your body and taking care of your body, and I'm hearing a little bit more than just eating fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
So what can we do nutritionally to deal with things like arthritis and pain and just, the overall health of our joints and our muscles?
Well, I have my top three that I usually, when I will communicate with my patients, and I start them off with. The first thing I always is, of course, half your body weight in ounces of water. I mean, that's the.
I'm trying.
That's
I'm trying.
we got to get it. Okay? Because that's going to help push waste out. But something that's really big that we often don't look at is fish oil. Fish oil is a tremendous supplement that's essential, number one, for our bodies. Number two, we can't get it from any other source, but we have to ingest it. Our body doesn't make it naturally. And you can't get it by just eating fish. You would have to eat mounds and mounds and mounds of fish in order to get the regular amount. So fish oil is extremely important. I tell my practice members at least 2,000 milligrams a day, the minimum. Why? What it does is it actually helps with memory. It's been known to be treated for ADHD. I treat my children that I have for my practice members when children come in and have ADHD. When they start getting chiropractic care, and then I put them on a regimen. One of the biggest ones I use is fish oil, and literally their grades go up a whole grade level.
Oh, wow.
And no medications and things of that nature, and also too, the fish oil. If you get a good grade, a good quality fish oil, and it's in your system and you're taking it consistently, it literally removes the bad fats out of you. So you literally begin to see yourself, because it's a natural fat, so it replaces the bad fats. And and inside your arteries, you have this cholesterol buildup, right? So how it usually gets out is when you get chopped open from that triple bypass, and they take it out. Well, fish oil goes in and it literally strips that layer of cholesterol inside of your arteries down to open up that hole, to take pressure off of your heart, which decreases your blood pressure, which allows your heart to not work as hard, which decreases your chance of heart disease. So it's a phenomenal supplement. It's something that's extremely important, especially lacking in our community.
Wow.
That's just some of the benefits. There's so many, but those are some really big ones right there that we don't understand. The second one I would say is vitamin D. Where 70% of all cancer in the United States is due to what they found, a vitamin D deficiency.
Really?
Yeah, so one of the things is taking a good quality supplement of vitamin D daily. I myself recommend for my practice members anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000. The darker your skin, the more that you need. The more fair skin, the less that you need. So those are the three things: water, vitamin D, and fish oil are extremely tremendous in getting something of some good sustenance within your body to help you and support you in having good health.
Wow. Very, very, very good information. It is wrap-up time. Once again, this is the Doty Report, being brought to you by the Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health Organization, an organization that has a long history of just being out in the community, providing health education, resources. I have to say that, go to my overhead. There it is. The phone number is 312-282-1375, or you can email us, the Doty Report at gmail.com. I definitely have to give a shout out and kudos to the founder and CEO, Mr. Don Doty, who is responsible for this wonderful guest being here with us today. Any last words?
You know, I'm just definitely excited to be here again. The Georgia Doty HIV and hepatitis community is one that is really doing a lot for the community as far as trying to outreach and educate. And one of the biggest things is I hope some information here tonight that is reached to people that you will share, because that's how we're going to be able to really impact our community.
Well, on behalf of the organization and Mr. Doty, thank you so much.
Definitely.
You've been a popular man. Again, viewers, we thank you so much. We will be here next Tuesday, same time, with another topic, and we look forward to having you call in to get some of your questions answered by experts. Thank you, and have a good evening.